What's up, everybody, on this Monday morning edition of the podcast, Second Cup of Sunrise, with Brennan, James, and Iran
Guest
with
of
us.
honor.
Yes.
Iran,
If
what's
you-
happening?
If you're going to be sharing the desk with us on the normal Sunrise show for a while, we're just going to throw her on the pod all the time.
why
She's not doing 1,000 other things
Yeah.
after the show with reporting, different stories. By the way, how do you feel about anchoring?
It's interesting. It's still weird. I'm not as comfortable with it as I am with reporting. So I'm waiting for that phase where I get comfortable enough where it's just
Sure.
fun.
It never happens.
Oh, thanks.
Never gets
Do
comfortable.
you get nervous all the time?
Never.
Still? I do,
No,
before
very,
every
very
show.
rarely.
I can't picture
Before I
James
do.
as a nervous
Yeah.
person.
I know, he's so calm,
No.
cool.
No, don't really
Yeah,
get
get
nervous.
it. I do still before every show, but I just love it. It was a long time ago when I first started, and I would anchor, like if there was like a little flub or just you stumble over one
Yeah.
word, I would think about it for hours.
Yes.
And my first anchoring job was Saturday and Sunday nights at the NBC station in Myrtle Beach, and it would bother me the whole weekend. If I did something Sunday night, I would think about it because, like, what are my bosses going to think? What do the viewers think? And then I eventually just, I don't know, it took a couple years, got over it, and I was finally like, listen, if you're not cursing, you're not incriminating anyone, you can come back and do it again.
Sure.
Unless it's horrendous. or like that
thanks.
bad, yes, but no.
You went from making me feel better to
No,
making me feel
no,
worse. I love it.
I tell people, like, it's just live TV, and like that sounds like something like so profound. It's like, well, yeah, it's live, but no, it's like it's fine. Don't
just
do
TV.
anything crazy or anything, or get in trouble, and then you can come back and do it the next morning.
Yeah.
Move
Okay.
on. Yeah,
I think today I said, I was talking about top heights, and I was saying 10,000 feet. I said 10,000 miles
that's
instead of
tall.
10,000 feet.
That's
A
tall.
little bit of a difference. I caught it on air.
I wasn't gonna say anything,
I-
but
did you hear that?
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
no,
10,000
no.
miles up, and then I kept going over it. I
was fun.
literally said on air, I said, wait. No, I meant 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
Like I caught it. So
Yeah.
It's like,
You're doing a great
happens
job.
all the
Oh,
time.
thank you.
You're doing a great job, and we love having you. The reason you're in here,
Yes.
the hit movie from way back when, Fight Club, Brad Pitt. You're not supposed to talk about Fight Club,
You're not supposed to talk about
but
it.
we
Yeah.
have Book Club
Yeah.
here at News 8. This is going to be a new show that's coming out.
Yes.
Okay, so several of you are doing this. You, Andy, our overnight producer.
Yep.
Who else is involved?
Kendra.
Kendra, one of our reporters.
And
yes.
then we have a bunch of behind the scenes people who were so interested in this book club that they were like, what can we do for the book club? So we have Sarah, another producer who's producing this for us. And then we have David, who is also one of our producers directing this for us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
It's good content. So
Yeah.
you pick a book a month, right?
Yep.
You'll all read it and then get together and have your little talk
Discussion.
over how it is. Yeah.
Right. So
What?
Oh,
Go, keep going.
No, the fun part about it is that we're only reading local authors, and then we get to meet them for the discussion. So all of those questions that we have while we're reading the book, we're like, oh, we're gonna get the author in here, so let's ask that.
what if you don't like the book?
So
You just
we
have to critique
find,
it
That's
in
the
a
point,
way.
yeah.
Critique it in a way that it seems like this part was good. This part maybe not so much. Do a compliment sandwich, right?
That's good.
yeah. So we find a way to ask a very, it's just us being inquisitive. It's
Yeah.
like this thing happened. We weren't really sure how to feel about it. Author, what do you think?
Oh, that's
Why
fun.
did you write that?
I remember you telling me how if you interviewed local authors, you would do one every single day for the rest of your life.
I could. It is amazing that this was 5-6 years ago. I did my first interview here in this market, and it was the first time I interviewed in any market someone who wrote a book, a local author, and then like put the web story, and I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then all of a sudden, just a flood of emails, and you realize how many authors there are.
Yeah.
People that it's history of trails in Monroe County, the path of the Senecas, whatever it may be, or someone just writes a fun story, like they're just dealing with fake stuff and they make it up in creative writing, and you realize how many people. And then it was like I couldn't do all of them without saying no to some of them. And so I finally said, I can't do the books and the authors. I was
Right.
like, and it was like, no offense, there are just so many and they're
'cause
good.
You want
Well-
to
But
pick
I
some
can't
and
get
not
to
do
anybody.
others.
Yeah.
It lended itself to an entire show that we're really loving to
Do you usually-
film and we're
Yeah.
loving reading.
Usually read a book a month.
Not when I don't have a show going on because I'm not good about it.
Yeah.
I do have the books. I order them. I'm like, you're gonna read this one next. It goes in my little library situation, and then I don't
think
get
that's what
it. I used to be good about it though.
Yeah, that's what book clubs are for, though, right? It's like that kind of extra motivation when you know
Yeah.
other people are talking about it. Like, okay, let's finish this book, especially one where they get better as the book goes along, rather than you read 3 chapters and you put it down and you're like, I'll get back to it. It's like, no, book club is next week. Let's finish off the
Yeah.
book, get to the ending.
So we did have that issue. We
Right.
found that we wanted to talk about the book when it wasn't book club discussion time. We were like, you can't do that. Like, we have to zip it.
Yeah, because the first time you do, that's gonna be the best conversation. You got to have that for the show. That's good. That's good. Who? So you already have the second book
We
picked?
do, but we're not going to announce that yet. We have
Good.
to. We're doing the first book right now. It's Merch Table Blues. It's by Peter Connors. He works for a local publisher. He's awesome. We got to talk to him about it. Obviously, it's the first one, so we don't have as many people
Yeah.
for the discussion pre-read. But we're hoping that it catches on really quickly, and everybody loves to read these books with us.
That's awesome. And then you can promote it and get it out there. That's fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and share that. So we'll probably get this next week, we think?
Yep. Next week,
What's the show called?
the last page.
The Last Page.
Ooh, nice.
I like that.
There's
yeah.
been some great names for all the News 8 podcasts that
Yeah.
we've been creating.
Yeah. We started Second Cup of Sunrise, which was like,
Yeah.
we bounced some different things
Yes.
around, but everyone liked that. But yeah,
The last page.
Parenting Plus, 8 Eats First,
80s first. Yeah.
the restaurant
Behind the
show.
curtain.
That's kind
Come
of a
on.
Behind the Curtain,
Curtain's a good one.
Geo's so good.
So good.
So 8 eats first, that's like a play on when your phone eats first because you take a picture of the food, right?
Yeah,
Guess so.
So, yeah, that's kind of funny.
cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're busy. You can hop on out of here.
Okay.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
That's good. Thank you, Oran. Oh, do you read? You don't read much, do you?
No.
Non-children's novels.
Not really.
The short
no,
stories.
I read kids books all the time. But no, I'm kind of like I like to read news articles and things like
Yeah.
that on environmental things like that. So a lot of boring nonfiction stuff.
I joke I'm always reading like 3 books at a time, just slowly making my way through, and it usually takes about a year to
Yeah.
get through them. And it's just, all right, I'm flying on a trip this time. That's usually when I do
Yeah.
it, or we're traveling, staycation, and I can read some, and I just one at a time. But the past 2 weeks, really the last 2 weekends, John Grisham had a new one out, a legal thriller called The Widow,
Yeah.
which was like his first time of a not who done it, but did he do it? This small town lawyer who finds himself in court charged with murder, and it was pretty good. So I recommend
And you crushed it.
I crushed it. I read the final. I finished it yesterday morning, and when I looked at, I was doing it on the iPad, and I said, "How much did I read today?" And it was like 96 minutes. And I was like,
Man.
"Brennan, way to
Yeah.
go!" That was like from 4:30 to 6. Everyone's still asleep in the
That's
morning.
so
I
good.
just ripped through. That's what I did.
And you didn't have any temptation to put it down and like start scrolling or
The,
anything like
the
that?
best thing about it was I realized it whenever I opened my phone this morning, which I have
Yeah.
our work email on it, and it had to load going back to Friday at like 1 p.m. I was like, I haven't checked my work email since then.
Wow.
And I was like, this is the best distraction.
Just so
Yeah.
you got to give yourself
Hands
one
off
of
with
these.
that. Hands off with that. I was very proud.
Little pat on the back.
My wife, Steph, she was shocked.
Yeah.
And she was like, you finished that? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, it was a new release. I
Right.
knocked it out within 2 weeks of
Yeah.
that, and really in 2 days.
That's nice,
So that was fun. We got more to catch up on here on the pod in just a bit. Talk about your Broncos, the Bills,
Yes.
shaving mishap.
Yes.
We'll have all that
Accidents.
coming up in just a second. Back here with James. I'm Brendan on the pod this Monday morning, November 17th, for Second Cup of Sunrise. Did you cut yourself?
I did, yes. Unfortunately. So I use a single blade
Bic?
razor.
Orange?
No,
What you want?
it's like the fancy, there's like a metal. The actual razor is like metal. It's like $30 or something to get the physical part. But then I just used very cheap single blade on 2 sides razors.
Mhm.
So I'll go to Wegmans and I'll buy those. And then they come in like a pack. It's like $5 for 10 of them. So it's super cheap that way. So I put a new one in every 2 weeks, shave my face, and right here,
Ooh.
you
That's
can see
the
it.
worst spot.
It's terrible. So I'm like, I showered last night, showered before I go to bed. I'm like bleeding profusely at this point. It's like coming out. It's flowing. You ever cut yourself with that kind of razor? It just doesn't stop. So I'm like going for the Band-Aid, not really working because it's such an awkward spot.
Yeah.
So I'm like dabbing it, and it's just the flow is not stopping. So I do the old TP trick. Take a
Stick
little
it on,
bit of TP,
see if it stays.
stick it on there, and it stays. You ever done that before?
I have. It never really works fully for me. It always falls off. Like maybe
Yeah.
it's just not enough. So this was last night when you were doing
Last
it
night,
all.
yeah.
And
So
you're
I-
like, I got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Don't want blood in the pillow, anything like that.
I gooped it on there and it stayed, right? So it's locked in. It's like right underneath my nose. I wake up at like 11:30 or something and I'm breathing through my nose, right? And so the toilet paper is flapping into my nose as I'm inhaling. So I'm like
Just in the
freaking
wind.
out because I forgot that it was there. And so I rip it off my nose and then I start bleeding again.
the scab came off.
The scab came
Oh my
off.
gosh.
And my wife came in because she, of course, she loves football. So she just wrapped up watching the game and she's laughing at me because I'm awake, dabbing my nose because I'm just bleeding, dripping blood everywhere.
You got to get one of those smelling salts to just
I
shove up
know.
there and a
Oh, it
little
was
gauze.
So bad. So she grabbed another piece of TP for me, jammed it
man.
on there, and then I made it through the rest of the night. And I wore that into work. And then so my trick was I like kind of wetted it and then like slowly pulled it off. And I just like put a ton of A&D on it
Ooh.
to seal it.
You got that here. Some Vaseline.
Some
that's like boxer's cut. That's what they used to put
Basically.
on it in the corner, and you're out for another one.
I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, I didn't put any makeup on
Yeah.
the mustache or anything like that. So luckily, I was able to seal it off. But so I had a very adventurous night with the razor last night.
was just thinking about Lauren watching football, and then all of a sudden you see her. And you look over, and the tissue's just
It was flapping under my
chopped up.
nose.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think I've ever had it that bad. I've cut myself several times up there.
It's all like right around the
worst.
nose here, and just the angles. Every once in a while, you get them down here, but the nose is just so tricky because you're working the blade around and.
Before
Yeah.
we move on, do you shave against the grain too, or just with?
Mostly with the grain
With.
just does the job.
Yeah.
When I do against the acne or whatever you bumps,
Throughout the day, yeah, like ingrown hairs, just
ingrown hairs,
bumps,
yeah,
yeah.
it just
gets
goes bonkers.
too red.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Once every 2 days, I can get away with it. But your hair is darker than mine. I could probably get away with 3, but
Getting some whites. You ever had a professional shave done?
yes, it's pretty nice.
Was it a straight blade or was it?
Blade.
Yeah.
Yes, they do a blade.
That
yeah.
is a great little pampering experience of just going
Yeah.
through. There was one in New Orleans where we go, and they lay you down, and it's like 10 or 15 hot towels before they do anything with shaving.
Oh, they just cover
like,
your whole face.
Cover that.
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
put them on. Then they'll come through and change the towels again over and over until it gets like perfect. And
Yeah.
different types of lotion, pre-shave stuff like 3 or 4 times, and they go through and do it, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
that is fun.
It's so important to, I mean, and that's why you do it in the shower, right? It's so important to have a really wet, warm skin before you shave.
Yeah, the just the heat. If sometimes when I've forgotten to shave and I get out, sometimes I'll do it right there real quick and sing. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is going to be bloodbath. Well, I'm glad you're okay and you're not bleeding here
I know. It was
on the show.
I just love telling injury stories. So
No, it's great. Everyone can relate. Everyone can relate. Incredible Sunday yesterday.
yeah,
for the
busy
NFL.
football day. Yes.
I will say that we were this close to going to the Bills-Bucks game because the
Yeah.
tickets, it was going to be the cheapest one
talked
for the
about
rest
it
of the
on
season.
Friday, yeah.
Yes, it got down to like 150-ish at times. And Sunday morning, I'm looking, I'm like, Steph, like maybe we can go. And then I look out of our window
Yeah.
and I'm just see 100-mile-per-hour winds, hail, snow, sunshine, rain, back
Yeah.
to sleet, back to snow, back to ice.
We had it all.
And I'm like, no way, no way. And I see all those poor people in that stands. We missed out because it was a heck of a game.
It was a great
A
game.
shootout with the Bucks and the
Yes.
Bills. The Bills ended up winning. But I was like, boy, Jim, who directs our web team, he ended up going
Oh,
with the
did he?
family. And he was like, it was tough,
It was hard.
but it was good. Yeah, it was wild.
Good for them. It's always I love going with the crew.
Yeah.
You know, that's fun when I mean, really, I think maybe the only times I've gone, it's been with a bus You know, I've gone a couple
Ooh.
times with some friends and things like that, but I love just getting on the bus, you know, with a bunch of people. Nobody's driving, you know, you don't have to
Yep,
worry about that
safe.
kind of stuff. And you have like a spot to tailgate the whole nine. So
It was a lot of drama with the scoring, but pregame when we found out Keon Coleman, who showed up later, missed a meeting last week. He was a healthy scratch, which was interesting, but the Bills didn't need him. They had Josh Allen, who accounted for 6 touchdowns for the win, and Thad Brown was there to see it all.
The Bills gave up 30 points, turned the ball over 3 times. James Cook could not even rush for 50 yards, and yet they still won by 2 scores. The reason? Unsurprisingly, number 17, Josh Allen, an incredible 6-touchdown game, overcoming a couple of early interceptions. But there were so many pieces who contributed. Not one of the 3 touchdown catches were by a tight end or a regular starting receiver.
I don't think he has a roof. Like, I think the dude is unreal. I say this a lot just to share the field with him and see the crazy stuff that he does, the throws he makes, the runs that he has, you know, finishing runs. Insane. Dude's unbelievable.
Had some quarterback runs up, which obviously helps, but again, guys make plays. Shaves made a heck of a play. Ty Johnson down the sideline just outrunning people. And then Jimbo making a heck of a catch for that touchdown there too. So it takes everybody.
I think it's cool to see the MVP quarterback rip it and guys run past and defenders and catch deep balls. You know, because
steamy in
the
the locker
duration
room.
of the season we have to be able
Every
to
time they go to Deion's
screens,
locker.
passes and runs. So
We have a lot of great guys in the room, and
It's a great hat.
we have
for
guys
Dave
that can kind of
Davis.
do it all. I feel like they can. A lot of the guys in our room can run any route in the route tree, and just to be able to, you know, when Joe Brady says everybody eats, I think that is wise because we have so much versatility in that room.
It was really just the little things. Like the passing game, yeah, it's been off, but it's not. If you really watch the film, like it's just the smallest things possible. And we went in the film room, we corrected it, and now it's time to stack it.
The ball finds those that work hard, and when you quarterback and get into a rhythm, and so it's, you know, the old line I thought did a really good job of giving Josh time, and so he had some time to maneuver and operate back there, and Josh stayed pretty patient back there as well.
It was just 1 week ago. The Bills were on the short end of an embarrassing 30-13 loss against Miami. This game was an absolute 180 and had to be a palate cleanser. It also showed the head coach something different. Sean McDermott after the game said, quote, "This one proves how tough we are." Inside the Buffalo Huddle in Orchard Park, I'm Thad Brown.
It was a lot of fun watching that
Yeah.
game. We had it on the whole time, but every time I was turning around, it was someone
Yeah.
else just scored a touchdown, and I was like, "Whoever gets the ball last," and that was just about it. But that was fun.
Baker Mayfield's tough.
He is.
He's got some great runs, grit. He fights.
You see him sometimes when he just rips a throw, like some of them
Yeah.
are good, but then all of a sudden towards the end, like gets the fumble when he gets hit.
Yeah.
He throws some incredible picks too. Just like
Yeah,
Jameis
he
Winston
does.
when you watch him play, like
Right.
it's just fun. The Bills, they had this, it was sloppy for a little while, but Josh Allen 6 touchdowns.
That's
Got
the,
it for.
is he not maybe one of the very few quarterbacks that have the 6 touchdown or the 3 touchdown, 3 run games?
Yeah.
He's got 2 now, I think. And like I don't know if any other quarterback's done that before.
It was awesome. And so that was the first game. And then we turn around and you get to settle in.
Yes.
It's the Broncos and the Chiefs, the first time they played this season. So they got another one
I
coming
think
up.
it's the last game of the season.
6-6
next
at halftime.
Yeah, defensive battle for sure. Defense is going at it.
It was good. And then they end up getting the walk-off field goal winner. I was putting the girls to sleep, helping stuff. And it was like 7:30. And I was checking the ESPN app and I look over and I'm like, oh, it's 19-19.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to hurry up.
a
I can
game.
run over. I was like, we might get overtime.
Right.
Get them to sleep. By the time I make it to our room, I'm like, you get the alert. Chiefs lose on the walk-off kick. And I'm like,
Yeah, you missed
I
it.
missed it. I missed it. Oh, it
We
was
kept the
fun.
kids up. We were like, you
You
guys
did.
could just run around
Just see
crazy
it.
in the living room. I'm watching this game, basically. So
awesome.
I feel like there's the commercial, the progressive commercial of like how not to be your parents when you become a homeowner, basically.
Is it right up there?
The whole not you're watching TV, not supervising it.
Yes.
I supervise the TV so hard.
Yeah.
I'm standing there with my arms crossed, walking around the room, supervising the TV. I don't watch it. I supervise it. That's what I feel like sometimes when I'm watching these Broncos games. And it's very exciting. I love to see Kansas City lose because they had the AFC West forever, a decade.
Yeah.
And now finally it's like they're 5-5 right now. Broncos are 9-2, 3.5 games ahead.
What if I told you, like, way back when, that the Chiefs might not be in the playoffs and the Bills are not going to have a home game in the playoffs?
Yeah,
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Right.
I do want to show you the current playoff standings. Look at number one in the
Number
AFC.
one. That's wild.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Above the Pats.
Yeah,
How about
yeah,
that?
yeah. Incredible.
If it started today, so they're the Bills, 5 seed, so there'd be a Steelers game, which they've got them coming up next week. It's
Right.
Bills at Texans Thursday night, so a short one. So we'll have that this week, and then after Thanksgiving they play the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers might actually have a broken arm, something wrong with his arm. He got hurt wrist.
maybe.
Yeah.
The Steelers, of course, number one in their division, 6-4.
I know. It's so bad.
The AFC North stinks.
I know. It was Shedeur Sanders played for the first time for the Browns yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that.
when
Threw a
he
couple
came in.
interceptions or whatever.
The Bengals, the Ravens, all of a sudden they're hot. They
Yeah,
rattled off
yeah.
like 4 or 5 in a row.
Yes.
So that was fun. A lot going on with
It
the
really
football.
is a week. The cliche is true. It's a week-to-week game.
What did McDermott say in that story? The ball finds the guys who
Oh.
work hard.
Really?
Wasn't he?
Oh man, Keon
So-
Coleman, dude.
Hey, I know.
Thad Brown. Did you, this tweet.
I did. He has a great video that went viral of Keon Coleman, who's just dancing and kind of goofing off.
Not
little
in
bit before the game.
uniform.
Not in uniform.
Yeah.
He did have a follow-up one after the game where Keon, to his credit, he answered all the questions about got to be better. But we also heard for the first time from a lot of teammates saying, "Listen, knock it off. Let's go." Like
Yeah.
last year, he sat out a quarter against the Jags game, I think, because he had discipline issues.
Yeah.
And then this week was late in the week when they said healthy scratch because he missed a meeting. And
Not showing
McDermott's
up for
like,
meetings, things
we
like
had to
that.
change. Joe Brady had to change his whole offensive plan. Not going to happen. And I had a friend text me yesterday during the game. He was like, who are all these Bills receivers? And I was like, veterans, third, second, fourth string guys that just stepped up and got it
Gabe
done.
Davis was on the Jags, I thought, for a minute. Then he went to the practice squad, and now he's all of a sudden back on the Bills.
Josh Palmer gets picked up after, was he the Rams before? Or Chargers?
Colts, I thought he was on.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, Chargers. I think you're
Chargers,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Palmer was that Chargers. It's so funny, but
It is.
I mean, you know, I think it's interesting how the players balance the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is so easy and it's right there. And these guys get DMs and they hear the media and the conversations are so loud. And like Bo Nix is on record for saying, I had to delete all my social media
Mm-hmm.
because the noise was getting so loud. And it's the hate. And like the Broncos were winning games, but their offense was not producing. They were
No.
winning games 12-10 against the Jets, you
Yeah.
know? And so I think that like there's really a balance. And I think that's on the coach too as well, to like
Mm-hmm.
instill like guys like either don't have social media or understand that there's going to be haters everywhere. And that's going to get to you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a real balance for the players, especially not even at NFL, at college level, even at high school level. It's probably hard.
I know. And with just Coleman with his struggles and facing, you would think that after that Miami game, whenever you get publicly called out by McDermott, and maybe it's why he missed and was showing up late, but you got to clear it up because it's second year. You got a bright future.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up. We got a couple minutes here, 2 to be exact. We can talk a little bit about the helmet situation, by the way, for Josh Allen. So him and Gabe Davis, they're inseparable, literally, because their helmets, as he goes over and gives him a little headbutt, boom.
It's like when
Yes,
two Rams
think with the
go
amount
at it
of
and
Yeah.
like awkwardly get
This
stuck
would
on each
happen
other.
so much
You
more
know,
often.
it was wild. That was
But
fun.
it is-
That's happened to you when you were
linked
youth player.
Back in the
Yeah.
day, yeah. It does because there's like a lot of complicated parts on the face
Josh Allen
mask, and
wants
so
to
sometimes the
celebrate.
face mask pieces can
And
get
then
stuck. And I think it's actually more common sometimes when you have an opponent
There
stuck
has
on
Yeah.
you, which is just really
You would
awkward.
think with the
This
amount
was
of
a
headbutts,
it was a gentle
this
head
would
nod.
happen
Sometimes I'll
so
see some of
much
these
more
players
often.
like with a lineman,
But
they
it
go
is-
bang,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
heavy. I'm
More
like,
linked
guys,
together.
we tried to avoid these hits, and
It's
Allen,
high five. That's the high five.
It is.
It is the high five is doing that. And I think the silly one is when you see like a coach that's not wearing a helmet.
Oh yeah, it goes up and like
Does
it's
it too. I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah. Or when they go to punch somebody that still has a helmet on or something like
Oh,
that,
sure.
these players, it's like it's crazy. It's crazy. But that was
yeah.
a fun Sunday. We'll get a final check here of the weather.
Yeah,
Chilly.
look at it. Yep, today mid-30s for you throughout the afternoon. You have the wind chill, feels like the 20s out there. And it's just like that day where it's just constantly snowing, but it's just a light random flurry here and there. It's not accumulating. It's not dropping visibility. It's barely noticeable, but it's just kind of out there floating around. Low 30s tonight, but a quiet stretch this week. And then I was looking at some long-range stuff. Next week looks pretty warm. I think
It's good.
And warm, mean above average. So you see the average high is 49, average low is 34. So I do think we'll be close to that average, upper 40s, mid 30s through probably Thanksgiving.
Nothing like 15 degrees for Thanksgiving that we're looking
No.
at. Probably not.
Good looking turkey trot forecast for
I
those
like
runners.
That. I like that.
That
Be
one.
out there in Webster. That does it for our pod. We'll see you on the TV at noon. Back here tomorrow morning at 9.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.